On fire, Forest and Townsend is out. Thorough overhaul has been completed. We're going to go down to T6 fires. He just weighed us down.
What's your disposition from this run, Engine 39?
11.
Message received.
Hamtramck Engine 1's en route to Sheridan.
Engine 1, we have you engine en route to Sheridan and Sylvester for Brothers Fire.
G5 en route.
G5, we have you en route.
Highland Park Engine 1's en route.
Highland Park Engine 1, we have you en route. Box alarm companies responding. Fire reported in a dwelling. 10521 Whittier, 10521 Whittier between Beaconsfield and Greensboro.
Chief 9 in service. Chief 9 terminating this. Command Ladder 7 will be applying dispo. All companies entitled to a 30-minute rehab upon officer's discretion.
Chief 9, you reporting you're in service. Ladder 7 will have a disposition. All companies entitled to a 30-minute rehab upon the officer's discretion. Chief 9, respond to 10521 Whittier. 10521 Whittier between Beaconsfield and Greensboro.
This is 11.
Chief 9, we have you en route. Engine 58, we have you in service with a disposition 11. Engine 58, respond to 10521 Whittier between Beaconsfield and Greensboro for dwelling fire.
Chief 5 is in service. 58 en route.
Engine 58 en route. Chief 9, are you en route?
Chief 9 en route.
Chief 9, we have you en route. Chief 5, we have you in service. Company calling en route.
Chief 3 Central.
Highland Park T3.
I need you doing about with location again.
Highland Park T3, you're not doing a box.
Engine 1 is not doing a box nowhere?
Yes, sir. Highland Park Engine 1 is doing a box on 10521 Whittier.
Ladder 23 is en route.
Ladder 23 en route.
Highland Park is 1 en route.
Highland Park Engine 1 en route. Chief 9, you have Engine 58, Highland Park Engine 1, Ladder 23 on your box. The EMS will also be responding for an injured civilian, Chief 9.
Central Engine 50 is en route. You want Engine 50 to respond to that fire?
Affirmative, Engine 50. 10521 Whittier.
Route.
Engine 50, we have you en route. 10521 Whittier between Beaconsfield and Greensboro.
Central Squad 2 is available for that box. I think Squad 2 respond on Whittier.
Affirmative, Squad 2. We have you en route. 10521. Squad 2 has Hamtramck Engine 1 arrived on your scene. Squad 2.
The negative Central. Both fires have extinguished themselves.
So is the engine needed at that location?
They may be needed to check for wires down Central.
Message received. Hamtramck Engine will continue to the location at Sheridan and Sylvester to check for wires down. Squad 2, we have you in service. En route to 10521 Whittier. Between Beaconsfield and Greensboro, Squad 2. Chief 9, you have 3 engines, a truck, and a squad. Also, EMS has been ordered for injured civilian safety. Civilians are possibly trapped.
Ladder 18 is Central. The fire at the rear of 7814 Helen has been extinguished with a thorough overhauling operation. Disposition will be 11. Ladder 18 is in service.
Ladder 18, you reporting the fire has been extinguished at 7814 Helen. We have you in service for the disposition of 11.
Chief 7 Central. On fire at 6582 Devereaux is under control. Leading incident with first 2 engines and 2 trucks for tower operations. Passing command to the officer of Ladder 8. I'm picking up EMS and Squad 4. Chief 7 is in service.
Chief 7, we have you in service picking up EMS and Squad 4. passing command to the officer of ladder 8. We have you in service, Chief 7.
Engine 4818425 Shiawassee. We have power lines down, pole to pole in the rear. We also have a tree leaning on primaries. We have a vehicle that has wire touching it and is alive.
As to receive Engine 40. Chief 9, be advised, there are civilians jumping out of the windows at the location, Chief 9. Alarm 1 minute ETA, Chief 9. All companies on the box alarm.
6, we're in service for Gary. You want us to respond to Whittier?
Affirmative, Squad 6. We have you in service for Gary.
Whittier,
10521 Whittier. Between Beaconsville and Greensboro. Engine 58 on the scene stretching. All companies on the box alarm at 10521 Whittier. Go to fire scene 9 upon your arrival for Chief 9. Engine 58 is on the scene stretching.
Central Engine 41 is in service for fire on buffet.
Engine 41, we have you in service from buffet.
Central, this is Engine 17. Fire at 2690. Booker's Mouth. Thorough overhaul has been completed. We're in service disposition 011.
Engine 17. Engine 17 reporting you're in service and DT is on the scene. We have you in service with disposition of 011.
Central, this is ladder 27. Fire at 20075 Winston has been mitigated. A thorough overhaul has been conducted. A thorough check for all hotspots and evidence has also been conducted. Disposition 32. Ladder 27 is in for the fire, out for 30-minute rehab.
Ladder 27, we have you in service. Thorough overhaul operation will complete all affected areas with check for hotspots and evidence. We have you in service, out of service for rehab.
6-2 Central. We got a big brass fire going on in McDougall and St. Joseph.
McDougall and St. Joseph.
Yep, that's the location. It's probably 50 by 100 right now.
50 by 100. What's your unit number?
3C.
Ladder 23, thing.
Chief 9 on the scene. A working aerial on the second alarm. Apartment building.
Chief 9 on the scene declaring a second alarm. You have an occupied apartment building.
SWAT 3's en route.
Squad 3, we have you en route.
Central, you want Chief 1 to respond?
Affirmative, Chief 1.
Chief 9 Central. Additional EMS standby. DPT traffic control.
Chief 9, you're requesting EMS for standby and Detroit Police for traffic control. EMS has been notified.
Chief 1's en route.
Chief 1 en route.
Central Engine 32 in service from the fire on both days.
Engine 32, we have you in service from the fire.
Yeah, you notify Chief 9 that we need somebody to stretch out back there in this apartment building.
Engine 58, repeat your message.
I need another company to stretch in the back of the apartment building.
Chief 9, Engine 58 is requesting another company to stretch in the rear of the apartment building, in the rear.
Central, this is Chief 6. I'm releasing EMS and Engine 39.
Chief 6, you're
Additional engine enter the fire from Beaconsfield.
Engine is approaching the scene at Whittier. Enter the fire from Beaconsfield. Enter the fire from Beaconsfield.
Engine 50, part 3 plus 1.
Engine 50 on the scene, part 3 plus 1.
39 Central. Chief 6 has picked us up. You wanted us to respond to the second.
That's a negative, Engine 39. Engine 46, we have you clear of Helen. Yes, respond to the multiple alarm. Detroit Fire Department, the time is 13:37 hours. second alarm, commercial box alarm, engine 41, engine 46, Chief 1, 203, ladder 17, ladder 18, squad 3. Respond to the second alarm, a commercial box alarm, 10521 Whittier between Beaconsfield and Greensboro for an apartment fire. Chief 9, what's your staging? Ladder 18, we have your route. Chief 9, what's your staging location, Chief 9?
Stage Harrison, Whittier, Beaconsfield.
Whittier and Beaconsfield, all companies on the second alarm. Whittier and Beaconsfield will be the staging area. Whittier and Beaconsfield.
2030.
Engine 33 en route.
Engine 33 en route. 203.
203 is en route.
203, we have you en route. Engine 33,
Engine 4 en route.
41 en route. Engine 33, disregard.
Central Squad 2 is on the scene. R4.
Squad 2, we have you on the scene, par 4.
608 en route, second alarm.
608, we have you en route to the second alarm.
Hamtramck Engine 1's on scene on Sylvester and Sheridan.
Hamtramck Engine 1 on the scene on Sylvester and Sheridan.
Engine 52 is in service when I run. Do you want us to respond to the second alarm?
That's a negative, Engine 52, we have you in service.
Engine 32 Central, do you want us to disregard? Chief 9, company's inside the 504 route with the fuel truck.
Yes, 32, respond to the second alarm, 10521 Whittier, between Beaconsfield and Greensboro.
44 to Central. We are on Maple Ridge in Peoria. We have a large grass fire, approximately 1 city block by 1 city block, 44 stretching.
Engine 44, you're on the scene stretching on a large 12-foot grass fire in Maple Ridge in Peoria. Will you need another company, Engine 44?
At this time, no, Central.
Chief 9 Central, please on this box on 9.
Chief 9, 203, Engine 41, Engine 46 en route, Engine 50 on the scene, Engine 58 on the scene, Highland Park Engine 1 on the scene, Ladder 17 is being dispatched, Ladder 18 is en route, Ladder 23 on the scene, Squad 2, Squad 3, Squad 6 on the scene. Chief 9.
17 en route.
Ladder 17 en route.
Engine 33, do you want us to respond?
Negative, Engine 33.
Hamtramck Engine 1 stretching red line on brush.
Engine 1 on the scene stretching on brush.
Engine 54 is in service for the fire, out of service for rehab. 30 minutes.
Engine 54, stand by.
Central, this is Engine 32. Are you dispatching us to the second alarm on Houston Whittier here?
Negative, Engine 32, negative. Negative, Engine 32. Squad 4, we have you in service.
Central, Ladder 8 assuming command on Devereaux.
Ladder 8, assuming incident command on Devereaux.
Ladder 7 in service from 7901 Cary with a disposition of 032. Ladder 7 in service, out of service rehab.
Ladder 7, stand by for your rehab. We have you in service from your run, disposition 032.
Ladder 7 also reporting wires up and arcing behind, rear of the location. Request
Let's receive, Ladder 7.
810 on the scene on Whittier.
Ladder 18 on the scene on Whittier.
3 Central.
Engine 33.
This is Engine 33. We have a civilian reporting multiple wires down at 9102 Avis. Can you send us a ticket for that run, please?
9102 Avis, multiple wires down.
Engine 41 on the scene.
Engine 41 on the scene.
Squad 6 to Chief 9. We have an individual trip.
All set, Chief 9. They're trying to assist the horse on the first floor right now, Chief 9.
Chief 9, I want everybody.
Highland Park, Engine 1 on the scene.
Highland Park, Engine 1 on the scene.
Chief 9.
Engine 33 is en route.
Engine 33, we have you en route. Squad 3 on the scene, fire 4.
Chief 9. Chief 9, 58 to the back. Chief 9 to Central.
Chief 9.
Chief 1, I'm going to need police for traffic control to shut off Whittier.
Message received, Chief 9. Police have been ordered. We'll give them the update.
Engine 59 to Central.
Engine 59.
Engine 59 reporting primary wires down. Additional wires down hanging across Outer Drive.
Message received, Engine 59.
Engine 57 to Central.
Engine 57.
You have an ETA on the fuel truck and an ETA on relief.
Central, this is 507 fuel truck, ETA about a half hour.
Engine 57, a half an hour for the fuel truck.
57 has that.
608 on the scene.
Chief 8 en route. Chief 1's on the scene.
Squad 1 in service.
Squad 1, we have you in service. Engine 57.
Reporting a part is out at 18943 Rutherford. Power lines are still down and live in the back of the dwelling. Residents have been notified in the area to take off.
Engine 53, we have you in service.
3's on the scene at 9102 Avis. Reporting wires are down. 33 is still on the scene.
Engine 33, we have you in service. Engine 53.
Give me the location of the second alarm, please.
Company call repeat.
Central, this is 201. Could you please give me the location of the second alarm?
201-105-21 Whittier between Beaconsfield and Greensboro. Engine 57.
57 Central.
You are at 15421 Pearson, correct?
15401.
15401 Pearson.
201 has the message. Thank you.
Engine 57, call central office.
Radio, put 801 and 809 on the scene, Houston Whittier.
801, 809 on the scene in Houston Whittier.
Engine 52 is en route to car.
Engine 52, we have you en route. 20529 West Philly. Squad 1, we have you en route. You're out of service for fuel.
Negative. We're low, but we're en route.
Message received. Letter 7, you're doing a box alarm 20527 Westphalia between Collingham and 8 Mile. Letter 7.
Letter 7 en route.
Letter 7 en route.
Engine 9, Central.
Engine 9.
Central, are we able to get relief on our scene?
Engine 9, at this time, there is no relief at this time, Engine 9.
Engine 9 has the left.
Chief 9, let's do a start count right now.
Six 662 Central. Do you get anybody dispatched for that grass fire on McDougal and St. Joseph?
Chief 9, Chief 1.
I know.
Let them know there's primary wires down in the alley, too.
Message received.
Chief 1 to Central, can you go to fire scene 2 for us?
Chief 1, go to fire scene 2. Calling Chief 9.
Hamtramck Engine 3 en route.
Hamtramck Engine 3 en route.
Chief 9.
Chief 9, we're receiving an address of 10007 Bishop between King Richard and McKinney. Is it possible you can have someone check that location for dwelling fire?
Letter 18, go on the scene, part 3.
Letter 18 on the scene, part 3.
Chief 1 to Central.
Chief 1.
Yes, sir. Could you give us a rundown on what companies are on our scene?
Chief 1, you have 608, 801, 809, Chief 9, 203, Engine 41, Engine 46 is en route, Engine 50, Engine 58, Highland Park, Engine 1, Ladder 17, Ladder 18, Ladder 23, Squad 2, Squad 3, Squad 6, Chief 1.
Chief 1 has it. Chief 1, Engine 41. Engine 41. 41, what's your power?
Calling Chief 9.
Chief 9, Central.
Did you receive the message, Chief 9, at 10007 Bishop King?
Check that address this time.
Okay, do you have an extra company that can check that location? We have no other company, sir.
Ladder 18 to Chief 9, we just arrived on the scene.
Chief 1 to ladder 23.
Central 203 on the scene.
203 on the scene.
Chief 1 to Chief 9. Chief 1 to Chief 9.
Highland Park Ladder 1 Central in service.
Highland Park, Ladder 1, we have your service.
Ladder 23, counterpart. Hey, be advised, I got 2 lines coming in the rear of the structure. First, both lines on the second floor.
Message received. Can I send a couple lines in on the first floor?
Affirmative.
Ladder 23 to Chief 9. We got 2 hand lines on the second floor. Central. What's the cross streets on that reported dwelling fire, Bishop and
Beaconsfield and Greensboro. Beaconsfield and Greensboro.
No, Central. The reported dwelling fire you want checked.
King, Richard, and McKinney, sir. King, Richard, and McKinney.
So this is Chief 6. My fire is out at 4487 and 4493 Townsend. Chief 6 is going in service, terminating incident command. Ladder truck will put the disposition in. Chief 6 is service.
Chief 6, you're reporting your fire is out at 4487 and 4493 Townsend. You're terminating incident command. You're leaving the disposition with the truck. We have you in service, Chief 6.
Chief 8 to Central.
Chief 9.
Chief 8 to Central.
Chief 8, your message.
Chief 8, I got 3 garages in the back of the dwelling. How many companies do I have coming on Westphalia?
Chief 8, you have engine 52 and ladder 7.
Okay, Chief 8 is going to need a couple more engines here. I have multiple extensions, and I'm going to need some help out here. Tell your command.
Chief 8, message received. You're assuming incident command at 20529 Westphalia.
203. 203 has IC on Beaconsfield and Whittier.
203, you have the incident command on Beaconsfield and Whittier.
Central Chief 9 is going to be my operations officer. Chief 1 will be my safety officer.
You're reporting Chief 9 will be your operations officer and Chief 1 will be your safety officer.
Also, Central, my staging area is going to be right here at Greensboro and Whittier.
Staging area at Greensboro and Whittier.
Ladder 7 reporting we're stuck by a train.
Ladder 7, you're delayed by a train. What's your location?
Chief 9, 203 Central, fire scene.
Ladder 7, what's your location? Gratiot and France.
Chief 8, send my first engine coming down Westphalia. The hydrant, first hydrant will be 100.
Okay, all companies on the box alarm at 20529 Westphalia, go to Fire Scene 8. Fire Scene 8 upon your arrival for Chief 8.
52 scene.
Engine 52 on the scene.
Incoming engine 1 to Central. Our fire is out at 3755 Townsend. The area is roped off. There are wires up and arcing. Engine 1's in service.
Ham traffic engine 1, we have you in service. Fire is out at 3755 Townsend. Everything has been roped off. You still have wires up and arcing. And Ham traffic engine 1, respond to Ham traffic engine 1, respond to 20529 Westphalia. 20529 Westphalia between Collingham and 8 Mile. They have 3 garage fires at the location in the rear of the dwelling.
Ham traffic engine 1 has a message. 209 Westphalia.
We have your route.
Engine 39 in service. We can take that Westphalia run.
How many calls to repeat your message?
Ladder 17 on the scene.
Ladder 17 saying.
39, we're in Jefferson Townsend. We can take that Westphalia run.
Message received, engine 39. We have you responding to the Westphalia run.
Hamtramck engine 3 is on scene, stretching a red line on a grass fire.
Hamtramck engine 3, red line on grass.
So this is 203. 203 is reporting making progress. We're going to hold the multiple here. We also have multiple medics on the scene. We've got 2 medics that's transported civilians.
203, you're reporting you're making progress. You're holding a multiple. You have multiple EMS units on the scene that's transporting civilians.
I have Medic 24 and Medic 12 on my scene.
Medic 24, Medic 12 are on the scene.
200 is reporting smoke from the multiple at Bishop and McKinney. No dwelling fire.
Thank you. As we reporting smoke from the multiple at Bishop and McKinney. 5-5, we have your route. Thank you, 200.
Ladder 31, Central. We're going to be in service. Dismal 1-1. Overall complete, check grass spots.
In service, disposition 11.
Ladder 31.
Ladder 31, we have you in service, disposition 8011.
Central. We got Hamtramck on McDougal and St. Joseph for that grass fire.
Message received. You have Hamtramck on
Okay, command. Who are my other companies coming to this incident?
Chief, you're reporting you have Westphalia Command. You have engine 39 en route. Engine 52 on the scene. Hamtramck engine 1, ladder 7, squad 5 en route.
Okay, message received. We got water on fire.
200 on the scene of the multiple.
200 on the scene of the multiple.
44 Central, we're making progress on our fire as well.
Engine 1 in service, leaving the scene with ladder 20.
Engine 1 in service, leaving the scene with ladder 20. Engine 33, what's your status, Engine 33?
Chief 1, any company out. Engine 33, we're still on the scene.
Message received. Engine 29 has the water board arrived on your scene, Engine 29. Calling Engine 29.
Central, this is Engine 29.
Has the water board arrived on your scene, sir?
Central, Engine 29 is free of the hydrant, and we are in service.
Message received. Engine 29. Engine 29, respond to 8439 Cahalan. 8439 Cahalan between Mule Lane and Lawndale for garage fire.
Engine 29 has the message. Engine 29 is en route.
Engine 29, we have you en route to 8439 Cahalan. Engine 48, you may go on service ladder 13. Are you responding to 8439 Cahalan?
Ladder 13 en route.
Ladder 13, we have you en route. Fuel alarm, Engine 55. West Chicago and Granville. West Chicago and Granville. Superior to vehicle fire, Engine 55.
That situation's been mitigated. 55 in service. 203 Central. I have ladder 17 on my scene. That fire you had on McKinney, was that did you need more companies to respond over on McKinney Street?
That's a negative, sir. That was just smoke from the second alarm.
Okay, message received.
1 on the scene of the multiple.
201 on the scene of the multiple. 255, did you make the scene at 15749 Archdale?
Affirmative.
Five roll says with engine 57.
Engine 55, respond to 15749 Archdale between Midland and Pilgrim for power line down in the rear of the location on fire.
55 en route.
Engine 55 en route. Other company call in central office.
Ladder 7 reporting we are still delayed by the train.
Ladder 7, you're still delayed by the train.
Hamtramck Engine 1 is delayed by the same train as 7.
That's received, Hamtramck Engine 1.
Hamtramck Tower 1 Essential.
Hamtramck Tower 1.
We're going to be responding to Carpenter and Sheriff. That's Carpenter and Sheriff. We got wires down and a fence on fire.
Carpenter and Sheriff, wires down and a fence on fire.
39 on the scene of Australia.
Agent 39 on the scene. Engine 48, we have you setting on wires. South Littlefield.
48 is sitting on wires, standing by.
What do you have for Edison, Engine 48?
Victor, this is truck 13. We have a garage going.
On the scene at 843.
It's going to be here. That's going to be ladder 17, ladder 18, squad 2, and Highland Park.
203, you're releasing ladder 17, ladder 18, squad 2, and Highland Park.
Highland Park, ladder 1.
Highland Park, ladder 1, we have your route 12134, Sheriff.
Engine 29 stretching on the garage.
Engine 29, we have you on scene stretching on garage. Highland Park.
Engine 48, we have wires down, pole to pole, the rear of 1900, Wintersdale.
48, you're putting wires down, pole to pole, in the rear of 1900 South Wintersdale. Able to take the area off Engine 48, or do you need to remain for DTE?
We remain on the scene until DTE arrives.
Message received. Highland Park, Engine... Highland Park, ladder 1, you may go in service. Highland Park, ladder 1.
Highland Park, ladder 1, central, copy.
Hamtramck, ladder 1. Respond to 12134 Cheris, between Comer and Carpenter. Wires down and on fire in the rear of the location.
Chief 1 to Chief 9.
Hamtramck. Hamtramck, ladder 1.
R1, it's going to be on scene at Carpenter and Gallagher. We got wires down with a small brush fire.
You're reporting wires down on the small brush fire. Carpenter and Gallagher.
Engine 1, clear the train.
Hamtramck, Engine 1, clear the train.
Down, pole to pole, pole to house.
Central 507, fuel trucks on air.
507, fuel truck on the air.
Engine 1's en route 28 to Magnolia.
Engine 1, we have you en route, still alarm 382 28th Street between Magnolia and Jackson.
Ladder 26 Central, can you have the fuel truck respond to our location?
Message received, ladder 26. 507.
Yes, Central 507.
Okay, we're also getting a request for you to come to 8480 Penrod between Constance and Van Buren for ladder 26.
Give me the address again, please.
8480 Penrod between Constance and Van Buren.
5067, got the message.
Ladder 26 Central, we're 8451 Rosemont.
507. That's 8450. That's going to be 8450 Rosemont. 8450 Rosemont. For ladder 26.
7 en route. Central, this is ladder 27. We just had a citizen come in and tell us about wires on 8441 Piedmont.
Message received. We have someone en route.
55 on the scene investigating.
Engine 55 on the scene investigating. Box alarm, Sawyer and Brill. Engine 54, ladder 27, squad 1, chief 2, you're doing a box alarm.
54, acknowledged.
Engine 54, we have you acknowledging.
Squad on the scene, par 4.
Squad 5 on the scene, par 4.
Chief 8, West Failure Command. I can handle with engine 52, engine 39, squad 5. Pick up the other companies.
Chief 8, you're stating you can handle the scene.
En route.
Chief 8, you're stating you can handle the scene with engine 52, engine 39, and squad 5. Squad 1, we have you around. Box alarm companies responding. Fire reported in a dwelling. Sawyer and Brill. Sawyer and Brill. Engine 54, ladder chief 2. Are you en route?
Susan Rouse, Sawyer and Brill.
Okay, chief 2, we have you en route. Engine 54. Engine 54 en route.
Is it Central? Were we picked up from this call?
Yes, sir. Hamtramck Engine 1. You're picked up from 20529 West Failure.
Hamtramck Engine 1 in service.
Hamtramck Engine 1 in service. Ladder 7.
Ladder 7 in service.
Ladder 7, we have you in service.
Highland Park Engine 1 in service.
Highland Park Engine 1 in service.
Ladder 18 is in service per the senior chief.
Ladder 18 in service for the senior chief.
Well, ladder 17 in service per the senior chief.
Ladder 17 in service.
Engine 44 to Central. 44 is reporting our fire is out at Maple Ridge and Peoria. Peoria, Chalmers, on Maple Ridge.
Engine 44, you did not transmit clearly. You had a lot of wind in your radio, sir.
My apologies. Engine 44 is requesting DTE on Maple Ridge between Peoria and Chalmers. I give you an address. There's no houses left on the block. We have multiple in the alley.
You'll be standing by, sir.
That's affirmative.
That's received.
55 in service.
Engine 55.
Yeah, right now. Going to need DT on this scene. 55's in.
Engine 55, we have you in service reporting wires down.
155 to respond to that. Box on brick.
Affirmative, engine 55 on Sawyer and Braille.
55's in route.
Okay, engine 55, disregard. We have a garage fire on West Chicago and Hubble. West Chicago and Hubble. Engine 55.
West Chicago and Hubble. Message received. 55's in route.
Engine 55, we have you en route. Engine 53, still alarm, 14303 Piedmont, between Acacia and Linden for a garage fire. Engine 53. Engine 53.
Engine 53.
Engine 53, you're due on a still alarm 14303 Piedmont between Acacia and Linden for a garage fire.
Engine 53 is in route.
Engine 53, we have you en route.
Engine 1's on the scene of rubbish stretching.
Engine 1 on the scene, stretching on rubbish.
Hamtramck Engine 1 route.
Hamtramck Engine 1, we have your route 19381 Hannah between Emory and East Lance. Check for fire engine, Hamtramck Engine 1.
So this is Engine 1. We got our wires down. We're going to need Edison pole to pole.
Engine 1, you're reporting wires down, pole to pole. We'll notify DTE.
Central T4 is en route to Monte Vista and 8 Mile.
T4, we have your route. Monte Vista and 8 Mile.
Central Region 32 en route.
Engine 32, we have your route. 4580 Bennett Dawson, East Canton, East Warren. Check for a fire, engine 32.
Engine 17 en route.
Engine 17 en route.
Engine 17, we have you en route. Monte Vista and West 8 Mile Road. Check for a fire at that location. Ladder 17. Ladder 17, are you en route?
Ladder 17, can you repeat your message, Central?
Respond to Monte Vista and East 8 Mile Road. Check for dwelling fire, sir.
Well, Ladder 17 is on 94 in Van Dyke. We will be responding.
You have your route.
Central Ladder 27, stretch red line on a car, backyard, also on grass fire at on Braille.
Ladder 27, you're stretching red line on a vehicle and grass on Braille. You handle
address is 629 Central.
7629 Braille.
That's affirmative, Central.
Mr. C, who can handle Ladder 27?
Ladder 17, could you give us that address again?
Ladder 27, who can handle the run? Anna and Vista and West 8 Mile Road, Ladder 17.
We need an engine on this, at this address, with Ladder 27 Central.
Mr. C, Ladder 27. Chief 2, Ladder 27 is on the scene. Safety has grass fire.
Central, lead the incident with truck 27 in the first arriving engine. Pick up the others. Two's in.
Chief 2, we have here in service. Squad 1, you may go in service.
Central, this is Ladder 17 with that Monte Vista and 8 Mile.
Affirmative, sir.
Engine 53C, investigating, I have command.
Engine 53 on the scene, investigating, assuming it's in command. Squad 1, you may go on service.
Squad 1 in service.
Squad 1, we have you in service.
Ladder 20 has a dispo of 011 at address 4487 and 4493 Townsend.
Ladder 20, you're reporting 4487 Townsend. You'll be in service with a disposition of 11.
Ladder 20 in service.
Ladder 20, we have you in service. Stand by for another round, Ladder 20.
Hamtramck Engine 3 is in service with the overhaul. All affected areas checked for hotspots and evidence. Disposition 11.
Hamtramck Engine 3, we have you in service with a disposition 11.
Central. I'm going to release engine 41 from my scene.
203, you're releasing engine 41 from your scene.
Central Engine Studies reporting the fire is out the rear of 15052 Rockdale. Thorough overhauling operations have been conducted. All affected areas checked for hotspots and evidence. Engine Studies reporting disposition of 11. Engine Studies in service requested a 20-minute rehab.
Engine 30, reporting your fire is out. We have you in service with a disposition of 11. Engine 30, at this time, there are no rehab. Engine 30.
Engine 54 scene.
Engine 54 on the scene.
Central Engine 32 on scene, stretching on dwelling. We need more help.
Engine 32, we have you on the scene, stretching on dwelling. Engine 32.